Hi, this is Mike with Cal Sierra. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a conversion kit for a ZT410 printer. This procedure works also with ZT410, 420, 421, and 411. This also works with downgrading. So since we're going to be upgrading today, the downgrading process is exactly the same. And here are the things we're going to need to start the conversion. So we're going to need the gear, the belt, drive belt, and the printhead. You're also going to need a Phillips screwdriver, a 3mm Allen wrench, and a 2mm Allen wrench. So let's get started. First, we're going to turn off the printer. Next, we're going to remove the cover. Using a 3mm Allen wrench, we're going to remove the screw that's located right here in the center. Next, using a Phillips screwdriver, we're going to be removing the 3 screws on the outside of the case. After removing the screws, we're going to lift up the case. Using a 3mm Allen wrench, we're going to loosen up the bolt located directly underneath the motor right over here. You're just going to do a half turn, allowing the motor to slide. With that motion, we will going to be slipping off the gear belt off the back of the motor and off of the gear right over here. Just be careful not to cramp it. Next, using a 2mm Allen wrench, we're going to be loosening up 2 bolts right over here on this gear because we're going to be replacing it. And you're just going to slide it off. Now you're going to be replacing the current gear with this much smaller one for the conversion. So the way it goes in, it just slips back on the same way as the old one did. And the platen roller rod needs to be flush with the gear itself right over here. And then same way, you're just going to tighten up the bolts. Install the new belt, which is much smaller than the original one, and you're going to slip on the black gear first, and then with the same motion as we took it off, we're going to be replacing the belt, slipping it back on the motor. So we're going to twist the motor and slide in the belt on the back of it, and you just turn it a couple times to make sure it's on. And using a 3mm Allen wrench, we're going to tighten up this bottom screw right over here so there's no slippage. We are done here. We're going to be replacing the cover back on. Screwing the 3 cover screws. And the Allen wrench screw inside of the cover itself. Now to complete the conversion, we're going to be changing out the printhead. In order to change the print head, we're going to be removing the media. So if you do use a ribbon, you can go ahead and slip it off. Roll back the labels. And we're going to close the cover back up. And we're going to be sliding. There's two tabs right over here. We're going to be sliding them towards the front of the printer until you hear the click. Just like that. Then once you open the cover again, the print head will drop. We're going to be removing the print head. Just be careful when disconnecting the wires not to cut yourself or cut off any wires. So slowly just disconnect the cables. And we're going to be replacing this 203 DPI print head with the new one that's going to be 600 DPI. So we have a 203 DPI, we're replacing it with a 600 DPI. And the same way as you took it off, you're going to put it back in. So you're going to connect the cables. Again, just be careful not to cut any cables. Replug it in, just like that. And just make sure that the cables right over here are nice and tight. And once you're done, there's two bolts on top of right here. They should perfectly line up with your latch. If not, then you can just move up the latch really quickly and then pull the tabs towards the center of the printer, and now the printhead is locked. After that, we're gonna reinstall the media. So we're gonna put our labels back in. We're gonna put the ribbon over the printhead. Make a couple turns so there's no creases. Close the printhead, and we're gonna turn on the printer. Wait until the media calibrates. Can also close the cover because we don't need that anymore. Once the media is calibrated, we can go ahead and go to Tools on the control panel, and we're going to print the settings and print information settings just to confirm that the DPI is correct. And we have successfully converted our printer to 600 DPI.